Welcome back to the Days of Qoom with me, Rishi. This is day 12, and today we'll be going over the HTML side of our web page for the Contact Us form. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we are going to want to remove this p tag here and replace it with a form tag. If you are not operating on Qoom database, or at all on, sorry, not Qoom database, but if you're not operating on the Qoom platform, either one, you'll have to look into PHP files and server backend files and use a different tutorial, or two, you can log on to Qoom and redo it, or you can just skip this section of the series. If you do decide to look into PHP files, however, you can still look at the parts of this video that aren't going to be Qoom only related, so I will point those out. But yeah, to begin, the first part of this is just going to be Qoom, for only Qoom people. And in this, you're going to want to put form, and then as it says over here, form action, then method, then enc type, or enc type. So first we want to put an action, then a method, and then an enc type. So let's quickly go over this. The method is going to be post, meaning I want to post these results to the place we're going to be putting it. The action is going to be what I want to do with this. This is where, if you're learning about PHP and whatnot, you would put your PHP file like slash something slash PHP, or some server.php, or whatever your PHP file is. But if you're on Qoom, what you want to do instead is just put survey slash checkout. Because Qoom does not support PHP files, they have given us an option of simply creating a form, or create multiple forms and link them into a survey feature that they have already created, which is the same thing as a form. And in the enc type, what we're just going to put is the standard multi-part form data. This isn't really important to know about, but this is just saying that what we're going to put into this form is just going to be a lot of form data. The next thing you want to do is you want to have three, well, we're not going to use any buttons to submit or anything like some tutorials might do, but we're going to use only sole inputs. So we're going to use only input tags. So we're going to have a bunch of these, but except for one tag, which I'll explain in a bit. But first, we're going to have input type text, another input type text, and then at the bottom here we're going to have input type button, or submit, and then two more inputs. So we can do this, and then we can change these two to hidden. Hidden are things that you won't be able to see, but they'll still be there. So if I now were to reload my website here, let's just minimize this, you can see I have two text fields and a submit button, which for now leads me to here, and it says success is true, and just breaks everything. So we don't want to do that. You can also check your surveys whenever you have them ready by doing this. Whatever your Qoom spaces slash survey slash checkout. Hold on. I think I just got logged out there for a second. Let's check it out again. And then go to survey report. Sorry, just survey, not checkout. And then you can see that it has posted one thing into my account, or into my form here. So I'm just going to delete this because I do not need this for now, but so I'll just do quickly delete. Okay, Yeah. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to give each of these a little placeholder. So first of all, I don't like the submit here. It just doesn't seem right. So I'm going to put name. No name. I'm just going to put text, which is going to be send. Yeah, just send, because this is a form that we're having people contact us with, right? So we want them to be able to send a message to us. So this can be text is just going to be send. So we can, yeah, text should be send. So okay, that's just. Okay. Also, it's never a wrong idea to look at either your old code or another person's code or something else, because you can learn a lot just by looking at other people's code. So yeah, I'm just also going to be zooming in a lot. Yeah. Let's copy this here, like so. Paste into here. This is just going to modify this bit, which I'll explain all of it though. So first thing here that we have is going to be our submit with text. Let's first check if this worked. Doesn't look like it did. And it's also never a bad idea. You should like, if you're confused with something, just search it up online. It's never a bad idea. So we can say how to change text on submit button HTML. See, it pops up. Yeah, it's not text, it is value. That makes sense, right? So here, what we can do instead is change this from text to value, change it to send, make it all caps. And you can see the changes to send with still two texts. And what this will do is I want our, and this next line, what it says is that this is going to be hidden, so we cannot see this. What it's going to be called is redirect URL, which is where do we want this to take us after we hit send. Where are we going to be sent to? I want to send it back to homepage, so just do homepage, like so. Reload the page and hit send. Homepage / pulled. That's not correct, so we can save it again. Go back. And send. Okay. You'll have to play around with it a bit because you don't ever know. So let's just try one more time. Also, like every time you hit send into here, it will give you a report. So I don't want to do that. I can do this, make sure nothing came. That's good. Oh, that's because it's sending into here. Oh. Okay, then you can just delete the stuff that you don't want. So delete 1, delete 2, delete 3, and delete 4. And then head back 1. And we'll come back to that. But it brings changes to /index. Yeah, like so. Or copy this into here, like so. Yeah, and this next line is again hidden. This is going to be, what do we want this survey to be called, or what do we want this form to be called? I want to call this form here, instead of whatever this is, I want to call it contact us form homepage. send, it should just send me straight back to here. So if I do /index, load it a couple times just to make sure, and hit send, and it'll send me right back to here. If you reload the page, it'll keep it here. And if you don't like this /index, what you can just do is you can just, there's other ways to do this. Obviously, you can just do this perhaps right here, like so. And what this will do is whenever you now click it, it'll just send you straight back to here like it does, which this is useful to know because a lot of things use this, like the a tag, a button tag, a script. In script.js, you might want to send to a URL, and you have to know like what will the server add on to our link. So just keep that in mind. This, as far as I know, is only for Qoom, so you don't need to worry about this if you're using PHP or whatever. You might need still a redirect URL, but you will not for sure need this last line. And yeah, if I now check my survey report, I got something in C, which doesn't make sense, but we can just delete this. Contact us form. You can also delete these two. This is useful for you to know like how to do this. And it's all gone, so therefore there are no more values of it, therefore it's not showing up. Next thing is placeholder. Inside of these text boxes here, I want to put a placeholder in each of them. So the first one is going to be, what is your name? Or what names or email or how to reach you. And it says email / how to reach you, and put 3 dots here, and same thing here. So placeholder name, and one more of these, text placeholder subject. And now we have our 3 text boxes. We have our email, which it'll default tell you your email because this is Google and it reads it. Name, it'll default give you a name. Subject, it won't give you anything because it's not a keyword. And next thing we want to do is we want to set parameters. So name, so it's going to be like whenever we hit send, what is it going to appear as? Over here I'll put email, or yeah, I'll put email here. I'll put name here, and I will put subject. So in a lot of videos you might see people using this and this separately. These are one and the same in this language. They are not different. You can use either one. I just prefer to use the double quotes because that's in most languages you should be using that. Yeah. And we also want to have a text area. If you don't know what this is, it's sort of like a input field, except it's giant. So like this, and this is like what you see with those resizable boxes and whatnot. That's what this is. And right now this looks kind of ugly in a straight line and annoying. We'll worry about styling it later, but for now we just want to add some spaces, which is all HTML. So like this, add another one maybe, and add 2 right here. If you don't know what BR tag is, it's just a space. So it says break or send the next whatever is after this to a new line. So it will look like this. Yeah. This looks kind of ugly with some spacing in between, but we'll worry about this next time. And what you can do here, let's make it a little bit cleaner. Yeah. Then what you can do in this is you can first of all give it some text to put inside. You can say body of message. Then you can say resizable. This is CSS tags. We'll write later, but text area you can say width or rows 50, calls 50. This is how big and how wide you want it to be. It's divided into rows and columns instead of width and height, which also exists, but this is more reasonable. And this is how it would look, 50 by 50. This is obviously too big, so I do not want it to be this big. Although, why is it? Yeah, so this looks giant. It makes the rest of it look tiny, so I don't want it to be like this, so I'll make it a little bit smaller. So the rows are too many, so I'll make the rows like 10 by 100 columns. See how this looks? It looks a little bit cleaner, still not the best. And obviously you can still resize this, so you can make it whatever size you want it to be, which also doesn't work too well, so we'll be fixing this too. And you can play around with this, see what you like, see what you don't like, but the whole point is to make sure that it is what you want. So this is 75, but I think I'm going to be leaving it at 50. So 50, like so. Something like this. And let's just fill this out quickly. So we'll put some email into here. Focus. This is not a real email. I'm just thinking something right top of my head. Name, I'll just put bogus account. Subject, some subject, I need help. By the time this video is up, this should already exist. So yeah, and hit send. Okay, so this messed up. We can fix this here in a second here. I think we can just do this. Let's just test this out again. Reload this page. And then fill it out with random stuff again. And hit send. And then it sends it to there, so I don't want it to. Then instead I'll just say index.html. I believe this will work. Should. And yes, it'll just send you back to index.html, which is this. Yeah. So yeah, that is how you would do it. You can play around with this. You can do something like this, or dot slash rather, or slash, and then it'll do the little sign here. So it'll do tilde slash, and then it'll remove .html, whatever it is. And yeah, so you can play around with this, have some fun with it, figure it out. But I'm gonna leave it like this. Thank you. See you next time.